It's 11:47 p.m. Your phone is face down, but you can feel it buzzing like a tiny, anxious heartbeat against the desk. Your laptop is open to the task you promised you'd finish, and the cursor just blinks, a rhythmic digital judgment. You aren't tired enough to sleep, you aren't motivated enough to start, and somehow the silence of the room feels deafeningly loud. If you've ever whispered, "I have 0% motivation," stay here. I'm not going to tell you to grind harder. I'm going to show you how to move when your brain is offering you absolutely nothing.
My before was a landscape of endless tabs and a sour, cold shame in my throat. I told myself I was lazy, but the truth was more clinical. I was in a state of functional freeze. To my brain, starting that project meant risking the proof that I wasn't good enough. If I didn't begin, I couldn't fail. So my nervous system protected me with a fog of scrolling and fake planning. We often treat motivation like a permission slip, but motivation isn't a gas pedal. It's a reward chemical. It is the prize for movement, not the prerequisite for it. Once I stopped treating my mood like a boss and started treating it like weather, the air cleared. The epiphany hit on a day I felt completely hollow. I set a timer for 5 minutes, not to finish, but simply to touch the task. Something in my chest unclenched. 5 minutes wasn't a life sentence, it was a doorway. When the timer rang, I found I could keep going. Not because I became disciplined overnight, but because my nervous system finally believed I was safe. Focus isn't a personality trait, it's a physiological state you invite with tiny signals. Your job isn't to manufacture motivation, it's to lower the internal threat level and raise the ease of entry.
Step 1. Identify the ridiculous first unit. Not the project, one unit of action so small it feels almost insulting. Consider the professional who doesn't do their taxes, but simply opens the folder. They aren't looking for completion, they are looking for entry. Open the document. Name the file. Write one ugly, imperfect sentence. Step 2. Eliminate the visual noise. Put your phone in another room until the heartbeat stops. Close every tab except the one you need. Give your brain no other choice but the task at hand. Step 3. Use a starter timer. 5 minutes of work, 2 minutes of staring out a window. During those 2 minutes, let your eyes drift. Step 4. Define the finish line before you begin. Write down exactly what done for now looks like. The brain stays tense when a loop is left open. It escapes into distractions to avoid the pressure of the infinite. Close the loop. Step 5. Silence the inner critic. Shame isn't just a bad feeling, it's a physiological shutdown. It takes your prefrontal cortex offline. When you hear, "I don't feel like it," answer with, "That makes sense. Let's make the task smaller." If you are still paralyzed, change your physiology. Wash your hands in cold water. Step outside into the air. Your body leads and the mind follows. You are not broken because you cannot focus on command. You are a biological system seeking safety. Build that safety. Build that ease. Motivation will follow like a shy cat, only after the room is finally quiet. One small action right now. Set a 5-minute timer and choose your ridiculous first unit. Just open the thing and touch it. When the timer ends, you are permitted to stop with zero guilt. But if you keep going, let that be proof of something softer than discipline. Proof that you can move without ever feeling ready. If today is a 0% day, do the smallest true thing. 1 unit, 1 breath, 1 doorway. That is focus.
Like, share, and subscribe to Deep Focus for more.